We're going to continue our exploration of the building blocks of geometry by starting to look at parts of the line. In the last lecture, we talked about points and lines, and we saw that lines were an infinite arrangement of points. Well, the next one that we're going to talk about is not an infinite arrangement of points. It's a part of a line. And as such, it is finite in length. It can be measured, and it will be measured. And that's called a segment, or it's either called a segment or a line segment, but it doesn't. It kind of depends on the book that you use. I'll use those terms interchangeably. So whether I say line segment or segment, they mean the same thing. They do not mean a line. A segment is not another way to name a line. A segment is a different thing than a line. Totally different things. So a segment is a part of the line consisting of 2 points. We call those endpoints, and all the points in between them. As I said, segments are finite. They do have a length, and they can be measured. And not surprisingly, they are named by their endpoints, and with just a line over the top of them. When we talked about naming a line, we used 2 letters, and we had a line with arrows over the top of them. Well, when we're talking about naming a segment, a part of a line, we're only going to put a line with no arrows. So when we're looking at this same line that we were looking at in the previous lecture, with the 3 named points A, B, and C, there are 3 different segments we can name from this. All right, so the first one that I'm looking at here is segment AB, and that one would be named AB with just a line over the top. Then we've got segment BC, which is different because it's a smaller one, with just a line over the top. And then we've got the full one, AC, with just a line over the top. So we name with 2 letters. Again, this is another thing that we name with only 2 letters. And we put just the line over the top. Some of you may have had some exposure to this, to geometry, this level of geometry before. And you might be tempted to put dots. I'll do it over here a little bigger so you can see it. And they'll put this right. Some people want to put that right there. You don't have to. And the only reason I would advise against it is sometimes if you make a dot that doesn't look too that isn't too complete, or maybe you go a little fast, it might look like an arrow. And then I don't know what you're attempting to communicate. So that's why I would recommend just naming them with just that. That's fine. I will know what you mean with that. Now, if we did that, AB and BA, those are the same segment. You switch the order of the endpoints, it's still containing the same part of the line. All the points between A and B are the same, whether you're going left to right from A to B or from B to A. It doesn't really matter. So these are not distinct names. If I say name 3 distinct line segments, A, B, and BA are the same. They cover this. They're the same part of the line. But AB, BC, and AC are 3 different line segments. None of those are lines. None of those are lines. And you could name those. You could use all those letters to name the line. But since we're putting the segment over the top and not the line, we're referencing line segments. And those are 3 distinct line segments. They're not the same. Right? So again, this is another thing. The similarity is with lines is you only use 2 letters. Everything that we're talking about here, we're going to use 3 letters. But the symbol over the top is going to change, and then the points that you use to name them can't be just any 2 points. Right? If you're talking about the part of the line from A to B, you can't name it AC. You need to, segment AC is not from A to B. So just be careful when you're naming segments. you have to use the endpoints, capital letters, and just a line over the top. So that's our next building block of geometry, the segment. Please let me know if you have any questions. I hope this helped.